Local 4 Sports with Sports Director Mason Kern.
Nebraska football ranked 125th out of 130 FBS teams in turnover margin. Matt Rule called it absolutely stupid earlier in the week. So just like the promotional materials here at Oregon State, it's on to March Madness for the Big Red. It is one day for 4K here in Kearney. As you can see, the fans are clapping it up as this match is about to get started. Is one of these. Everyone's going to be waving them around, cheering for the Omaha Supernovas. Be in the locker room holding the trophy and watching your girls celebrate that way. How much fun was that for you? Well, not too long ago, Folsom Field was swarmed by the Colorado student section with time still on the game clock. Well, the newest Class C girls state champions, Kearney Catholic girls, why don't you celebrate? Yeah! After an undefeated October, the Huskers have a winless November. Iowa kicks a last-second field goal on the post. Big win for my Sun Devils. Forks up, baby.
I was going to say, this guy's been screaming in our newsroom.
Yeah, just a little. Local 4 Sports.
All right, Mason, you can practice shaking that pom-pom.
Let's go! Jackson Lipker wears his emotions on his sleeve.
He does his little roar, and he's got that big smile on his face.
Jackson's shown off that contagious smile since he was young. It's part of why he was a valuable member of the 2014 Boone Central football team.
I became a manager and traveled with the team, and it was just amazing watching this team unfold and how dominant they were.
That's a special time in Albion, and on November 25th of that year, Jackson grinned from ear to ear.
Running out on the field when they won the state championship, that was something I'll never forget. Definitely inspired me, and it's like, I want to be just like these guys. I want to be just like my brother.
Fast forward 9 years, and Jackson did just that.
I think that made this year so much better. I almost enjoyed this season a lot more because it's like you watch these kids and they grew up watching you.
The 2023 Cardinals finished with an undefeated record and a state title. With Jackson winning it all his senior year, just like Big Bro.
I told Michael right after the game, just like you, doing everything just like you, and that's all I wanted. He has a state championship. I could do the same thing that he could do. I mean, I've looked up to him all my life. Just a big brother up there, and I just wanted to be like him.
A brotherly bond bound not by blood, but fate. Jackson is an adopted child, born in Hinesville, Georgia, and brought to Albion just days into life.
The big thing about adoption to me is how close I am with this family and how close they are with me.
Brent and Tracy Lipker are Jackson's adoptive parents, a decision they say was made well before he was even in the picture.
We knew we always wanted 4 children. We wanted a big family.
Found out that after our 2 older children were born that we were unable to have any more children. We talked about it more, and it was a very easy decision. I mean, it was a minute decision.
A minute decision, but a years-long process. They found out adding to their family through adoption was difficult.
It was an emotional roller coaster. At one point, we were just ready to be done. We were like, this isn't meant to be, and it took a while. It took us almost 4 years.
When it came, it was just like that.
Their birth mother chose us, and so it was the day after Mother's Day we found out that we were going to be Jackson's parents. From the time we found out to the time he was born was just a couple weeks.
And the rest of the family recalls it like yesterday.
I was so excited. I remember my grandma, she printed a picture off at work of him, and I carried it around and slept with it under my pillow until they got back.
But their family didn't stop growing there.
About a little over a year later, we were surprised with finding out we were getting Maya.
Jackson's birth mother called and said that she wanted us to adopt her child that she was carrying, and we, on the phone decision.
God works in mysterious ways. I think he knew that Jackson needed Maya and that we all needed Maya to complete our family.
It's a beautiful thing, it really is. Even though we weren't theirs to begin with, that we can still make a big impact to them as they have made a big impact for us.
Jackson and Maya share a special sibling bond, same birth parents and adoptive family.
We're still the closest thing to family that we got, like our own family, blood family.
But Jackson knows that they're Lipkers through and through.
They care about me so much, and they care about Maya so much. We do the best that we can. We want to be the best for them.
Reporting in Albion, Mason Kern, Local 4 Sports.
I believe everything happens for a reason.
Golf helped save Mandy Sedlak.
Following the amputation, Golf was just a way for me to get out and be competitive.
But let's back it up. Mandy's always been a competitive spirit. Gymnastics was her outlet as a teenager, but that all changed in her early 20s.
I lost my leg at the age of 21. Prior to that, I had 10 surgeries, and that included a transplant and radiation. And then they did the amputation.
Diagnosed with a rare form of cancer, Mandy had to navigate life on new terms.
Being a 21-year-old female, I was like, I'll never wear a skirt again or shorts. I'll, always be seen with long pants on, and I don't even think about that anymore.
Now, Mandy could have raised the proverbial white flag in defeat, but instead, with gymnastics in the past, she chose to pursue her passion of golf.
My parents taught me from a very early age that you don't sit back and feel sorry for yourself, and you deal with what life has given you and you move forward.
But she isn't doing it alone. Her husband, Jim, has been with her for every step, quite literally.
Not only is Jim my prosthetist who makes my leg, I'm fortunate for that, and that's how we met. He's my best friend, he really is.
It's no cakewalk being an amputee, and she never complains. She's a tough bird.
Good hit, Mandy.
And golf isn't just a hobby for Mandy. She runs the links at Gothenburg's Wild Horse Golf Club and most recently placed 3rd overall in the inaugural U.S. Adaptive Open in Pinehurst, North Carolina.
Everybody knows the one-legged lady, but when they see her hit a golf ball, they're just like, wow.
It's an honor to represent the state of Nebraska.
And that she'll continue to do at the highest of levels.
I don't even look at Mandy even as an amputee. I don't think she sees herself even as an amputee.
I'm no different. I'm missing a leg, but I'm no different than everybody else.
In Gothenburg, Mason Kern, Local 4 Sports. He's passionate on the football field and has discovered a new passion off it.
He'd always wanted to do bees, my dad did, and he thought it'd be fun to try. So we bought 2 of them, and I went and helped him with it, and I just fell in love with it right there.
Caden Fry is a 6-man football player with Division I scholarship offers.
Football was never really the thing that he really strived for. He's always been the kid crawling in the dirt and picking the bugs and finding everything. So beekeeping, I can see, was an easy transition for him.
He's also a beekeeper, known as the Bee King of Red Cloud.
Started as a hobby, just kind of fun thing, and built up quite a bit now.
Caden and his dad, Brad, pursued their first couple of hives in November of 2017.
It's been a big, steep learning curve. We've had a lot of days where we questioned what exactly are we doing.
Now, almost 6 years later, the Fry family has developed their company, Abundant Life Honey. They're up to 350 hives with 50,000 bees to a colony. Do the math, and it's a fleet of roughly 17,500,000 bees.
It's grown exponentially, so it's been fun to see. I would have never guessed just buying 2 hives for fun would have expanded into what we have today.
I'm always like, it's a lot of fun, but you can't just get them and just stick them out in the yard and be like, okay, make me honey. You gotta go work them yourself. You gotta take care of them. You gotta inspect them. You gotta treat them.
It's that labor that the Frys have fallen in love with. It's the root of their labor of love.
We love the bees. We love popping the lids, seeing the honey and the bees, and it's just fun.
Well, that first few times I went and looked at them, I thought it was just the coolest thing ever.
And they're enjoying the process of learning as a family.
I've been working with this as long as my dad has. We've taken some college credit classes together with each other about this thing.
It's a family event, so everybody helps. We get to spend a lot of time with our children, and I'm very grateful for that.
It's almost high school football season, and Caden is going into his senior year.
It gets a little crazy around the start of football season because we start harvesting honey at that same time. So, it's a lot of hours I end up putting in.
But whatever his pursuits, the path likely leads back to Red Cloud.
We do want to keep it, within our family. We're not looking to be, giant.
I'm definitely going to come back and probably just pick up this and work it with my dad and eventually take over the business.